Hi Frugals, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're most welcome. I hope you'll enjoy the content. Today's video is actually a challenge. It's an update of this video right here, which I think I did about 4 years ago. So we all know the prices of food has gone up significantly. So it's going to be a challenge to see if I can recreate this with different meals, of course. So we're looking at 5 dinners for a family of 4 on a 200 Rand budget. Okay, so first up we have a mince and lentil bolognese. Then we have chicken burgers with coleslaw. Third, we have a mince, veggie and bean stew with rice. Then we have a chicken biryani. And lastly, a lentil and veggie soup. The amended grocery list and prices can be found in the description box below as well, or you can screenshot it over here. For proteins, we have chicken breast, lean mince, and eggs, all of which are lean sources of animal protein, so in other words, lower fat options. So this week I decided to exclude chicken livers and tinned fish, whether it being pilchard, sardines, or mackerel, which I absolutely love. I know that not a lot of people enjoy these proteins, so this week I've chosen to leave them out to give you more options. For plant proteins, I have lentils as well as beans. I thought I would need more lentils, but one 500 gram pack was more than enough. I think I only used 380 grams. I also have the baked beans, like I said. Legumes are a fantastic way to bulk up meals containing meat or chicken. They are a great source of protein, fiber, and they are a rich source of vitamins and minerals. They are also low in fat and contain antioxidants, which may help protect against chronic diseases and cancer. Not to mention that they are also cost effective. Carrots are a rich source of vitamin A, fiber, and antioxidants. I was so surprised when I saw the massive difference between the pre-packaged carrots, which goes for about 23 Rand per kg, versus the loose carrots that you have to put in a bag and just weigh yourself at the scale, which was 17 Rand per kg. So a big difference there. We also have onion, we have potato, which I hope you remember from my previous videos is actually a starchy veg. So we group them with other starches like grains, your pasta, bread, and so forth. We have cabbage, which is a great source of vitamin C and K. We also have chopped tomatoes, another great source of vitamin C and potassium. All our veggies are a great source of antioxidants and fiber, so you'll see them included in each of the meals. Lastly, we have a big bunch of spinach, a great source of iron, vitamin K, vitamin A, and folate, in other words, vitamin B9. But you can swap this out with another veg of choice. I had a lot of spinach left over, so I would suggest actually changing it to something like 2 peppers or another veggie of your choice. What I'm not including is things like pantry items, or things like flour, for example, canola oil, seeds that I never use and bought when I was feeling like a health nut, and like things like baking powder and spices as well. So yeah, so just note things like spices and all of that are not included in the costs, okay? As condiments, so for example like mayonnaise, I'm not including this in the price as well. To save yourself a lot of time and hassle in the week, I highly recommend doing this meal prep on the weekend. Trust me, you will thank yourself for it later. So first up, you're going to boil 2 cups of lentils with a bay leaf until it's soft. You'll drain it and then store it in the fridge once it's cooled. The spinach, you're going to wash it thoroughly, remove the stalks and chop it into small pieces. I ended up using the stalks in this week as well. You don't have to use spinach. Obviously, like I said, you can substitute that with another veg of your choice. These 2 is with chicken burgers, and then this 2 is going in a freezer. We are going to keep that for the chicken biryani. So if you can see that over there, I haven't added any oil. That is from the fat from the mince. So that's why I say don't add any oil. There is more than enough fat in this. It's only the Woolies mince that I know of that is really lean. It already has salt as the first ingredient, so I'm not going to be adding extra salt. Consider this as your salt, your flavored salt, essentially. Okay. I ended up adding about 2 teaspoons of this just to give it like that umami flavor, and then I also added a teaspoon of cumin. It's a really good meal because it has your veggies in it, it has your protein, plant protein, so you're good on fiber, you're good on your vitamins and minerals. You have also your non-heme iron sources mixed with your heme iron sources, which is going to increase its absorption. So really good meal. So I've included a lot of green leafy veggies this week, my cabbage as well as my spinach, which is a source of vitamin K. So if you are on any blood thinning medications such as warfarin, for example, you are going to want to consult with your doctor and your dietitian before consuming an increased amount of green leafy veggies. And that is basically because the vitamin K that is found in your green leafy veggies actually counteracts the effects of warfarin. To save yourself a lot of time and effort in the week, whether you're following this menu or a different menu completely, I highly recommend sorry for the dogs. I highly recommend doing some meal prep. So whether that is just preparing your veggies or like boiling the lentils like I've done in this video, it saves you so much time and effort in the week, I promise you. And but also just make sure you actually eat your veg. A lot of time that is one of the hurdles for me, is I want to eat veg, but that means it's extra peeling, it's extra chopping, it's extra pots sometimes, which you want to minimize by preparing your veggies beforehand and just making it easy to just grab and put into your dishes. So you will notice that I add a lot of dried herbs and spices into my meals. And when I'm talking about spices, I'm talking about the non-salt containing ones. So paprika, cayenne pepper, turmeric, black pepper, gosh, why is it escaping me now? Cumin, coriander, okay, all of those. So not only do those add a really wonderful flavor profile to your meals, which minimizes the need for salt, they also contain a lot of antioxidants. They have anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial properties, and some of them can actually improve digestive health. These are really good to add flavor and also increase the nutritional value of your meals quite inexpensively. Okay, so a warning, there is a lot of lentils, there's a lot of beans, there's a lot of veg in this week's meal plan. If you are not used to consuming this amount of fiber, please go ahead with some caution. Okay, I would actually recommend then maybe trying to introduce 1 or 2 of the meals that have lentils or the beans or another type of legume like chickpeas, split peas, all of that. Start very slowly. So if you are, for example, used to having legumes only once every 2 weeks, maybe try and have it once a week. Okay, a portion is about a half a cup. And then work your way slowly to the general recommendation, which is a half a cup 3 times a week. Okay, so 3 servings of legumes a week. You work your way up to that. If you increase your fiber intake too fast, it can actually have adverse gastrointestinal side effects like your abdominal cramps, bloating, gas. So you want to increase it quite slowly. Another very, very important thing to remember when you are increasing your fiber intake in your diet is to increase your water consumption. Okay, essentially you are bulking up the stool, so you do want to make sure that it is well lubricated to be able to easily pass. Okay, so if you increase your fiber intake without increasing your water consumption, that can actually lead to constipation. So you definitely want to avoid that by drinking adequate amount of water. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found some of the information useful. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate all of you that have been doing that already. It helps to support the channel and shows me that you enjoy the content and you'd like to see more. So thank you so much for that, and I will see you next time.